Like it. Hello, everybody. So
Hello, hello.
people, where,
Hello.
where are people watching us right now, Justin?
People are watching us on YouTube and Facebook and Periscope, Twitter. That's the big ones.
There we go.
Facebook, several places. Twitter, YouTube.
And this kind of ties into my, I had Dr. Tashi on Monday. This kind of ties in to social media marketing, and you're using it right now. Literally,
Yes.
how many different places are you this is like your own broadcasting company,
Yeah.
essentially, right now.
Yeah, we're on 8 right now, currently at this moment. I have had it up beyond that, but I find on some of these platforms I'm competing with, mostly with gamers. So I don't really fit the the genre so good. So I dropped some of them. So now we're only doing about 8 right now. But literally, you can go into overseas areas with this. I was once, I could easily be again on Africa.tv. I could be on Asia channels. There's some Chinese channels they'll allow us on, and I mean it's pretty cool. You live in a small world, whether you realize it or not, right?
Yeah, I always talk when I watch Tashi. Will be on, by the way, who was on my Monday group call. She'll be on at 6 p.m. this evening, and it's called Mediascope. So you can just do that.
Awesome.
Alex
Yeah.
Bolden to everyone. Good afternoon and evening, everyone. Thank you, Alex. So that kind of marketing. I find that kind of, and that's not really our topic for today. This is a role play Wednesday, but I find that kind of marketing brings me in new leads, new sales every day by doing the type of marketing that you embrace.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
the best kind of warm lead there is.
it
Yeah.
really is. Tashi really dealt with it. So let's introduce ourselves. My name is Claude Diamond, and the guy, I'm see if I can it's the opposite way to point to. And the guy over here in the other box, this is like, what is that? What was that game show that where everybody was in little boxes?
Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to invent a way to put X's and O's in these boxes someday.
Yeah. What was it? Whoopi Goldberg and there was some real regulars on there too.
Oh yeah.
It was funny. It was a good show.
I remember Charles Nelson Riley.
Pat Paulson.
Circle gets a square for Troy.
You guys want to see something? I was watching on YouTube last night. Old Dick Cavett shows. Somebody loaded up all these old. Dick Cavett was he was the more intellectual Johnny Carson back in the 60s. And they've got some great, they got, oh my God, from Big Brother-in-Law, Janis Joplin interviews, Jimi Hendrix. They've got all these great old rock star and political interviews. The rock stars are fascinating, listening to them and the performances. So good stuff there on that. What do we want to talk about today? Role playing. Why is role playing so important? Why do we talk about role playing? Why do we do this every Wednesday? And Victor will be back, hopefully. Mr. Walker will be back next Wednesday.
Yeah, I believe so. I think so. Yeah.
And Victor does a wonderful job in this role play. Why is role play so important?
It's a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
It's a muscle.
I don't know what that means. It's a muscle.
It's the ability to get on the phone and push the pitch and close.
Yeah. I would say that sales is the $1 million skill. It's the one thing that very few people pay any attention to. And I found, why are we in business today, gentlemen? I don't see any ladies here. I wish we did. If we do see if the lady does come on, thank you. Why are we in business?
Make money. Make money.
Make money when? Make money
today.
Today, baby. And the way to get, I found personally, I was doing a lot of running around. I was doing going from guru to guru and seminar to seminar and real estate club to real estate club. Everybody's talking about the flavor of the week. Okay. It was like Baskin Robbins. Is that Baskin Robbins who did the ice cream of the week or something like that?
Those were 31 flavors.
I don't know. I was a Dairy Queen. I was a Dairy Queen guy. Still love Dairy Queen. The thing about it is, we did all that busy work, all that running around stuff, all that paperwork, all the different applications and stuff. And the one thing that I found that solved my problem, that gave me freedom, independence financially, was learning how to give good phone, how to get on that phone, talk to people. I basically took what I learned from my mentor and other people, and I put it into a simple 3-step system: agenda, qualification, commitment to close. It's a question-based system. It's a little staircase. In fact, here, I think we have, let me see if I can share my screen here for a second. Can you guys see my little screen there?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is pretty close to the original outline that I used in the gut sales method. It started off with the basic 3 steps here: agenda, qualification, close. Set an agenda, set the rules. Okay, and you can elaborate on this or ask more. Is it okay? Can I ask you a few questions? I'm very interested in your product or service. You can ask me a few. If we can do business, great. If not, tell me to just say no, fire me, tell me to get lost. Is that fair, sir? And you can do the agenda right up front. You can do it in the middle. You can do it anywhere in the system. Guts, if one thing I know about Guts, it's a very flexible system. Qualification, what are the things we need to qualify people on? We need to know how many people here have given $1 million presentations to someone and then found out after all the time, the money, the driving, the lattes, the steak dinners and the airplanes, and you found out they didn't have any money. Was anyone here a genius like me? Okay. Mm-hmm. When do we have the right to ask about money? And is money money and motivation to be the most important qualification? Go ahead, Justin.
Let's get that out of the way right up front there, Claude. Let's talk about money. Is it all right if we talk about money?
I love talking about money. Why?
Well.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about I had a lady in the audience once in the front row of a speaking engagement. Big audience. Mr. Diamond, all you ever talk about is making money. I got into real estate because I wanted to help people. I swear she said it just like that.
That's great.
So I
good for her.
Oh, no, this was great. She set me up. People in the front row are always the most dangerous. The people in the front row, I don't know where they come. They come from a different universe or something. They're always sitting there with legal pads and they write every word you say. I think if I had flatulence, they'd make a notation. I mean, everything they write down. That's a fancy word. You guys look it up. Ben knows what it means. Talk to Ben later. He'll tell you what it means. Ben Franklin invented that word, by the way. And Mel Brooks elaborated on it in a famous campfire scene. And the thing about it, and I said, I took a dramatic pause or a pregnant pause, and the audience got real quiet and everything, couldn't hear a pin drop. And I said, ma'am, that's the sickest thing I've ever heard. You can't help anybody if you can't take care of yourself, your family, your responsibilities first. After that, you can be altruistic, you can help people, and that's great. But money, we should talk about money up front. Why? Why, Justin? Money's uncomfortable.
Yeah. I believe that there's no sense in talking to someone that doesn't have the money to do what you are selling, to buy what you're selling here. I mean, what's the point in presenting to someone who can't afford your product or service?
Yeah. Matteo. Yeah, you. Look up Matteo, qualify me for money. He's not paying. See, he's on the screen, but he's not paying attention. And he's picking his nose at the same time. We see everything here. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to qualify me? Alex, qualify me for money real fast.
So, Claude, how much money do you have to put down for this purchase?
I don't know. I'll have to check my finances. Anybody ever hear that bullshit answer, by the way? Excuse the language.
Yeah. So, yeah. So if you had a range of what do you think it would be? You know, 0 to 5,000, 5,000 to 10, 10 to 20.
I think it's around 10 to 20, but I'd have to check. And you know, it's in a special account that in a trust and everything, and it might take a while to get it out. But yeah, the money's there.
Okay. So if we could come to an agreement today, would you be willing to liquidate those funds and get this going? Put money in escrow today?
Sure, but as I said, it might take some time.
Yeah, that's fine. I completely understand, and that's a very prudent decision. But this opportunity might slip you by. No, not good.
A timeout.
Can we get that person on the phone?
But timeout. What's he got to say? What's he got to find out from me about the money problem?
Can we
What
get
did I-
that person on the phone? Let's get that person on the phone that's gonna give you the okay or not the okay to get that fund out.
No, that's what did I, that's a good guess, Ace, but what did he need to find out when the money is going to be available,
Okay.
right? Is that money going to be available in a week or a month or a year? When someone says, I have the money, do we just let that go and go on to the next little question or thing in our head?
We shouldn't though.
Yeah. What should we do? Is it all right? Or do we have rights in the sales process? Do we have a right to find out what is the source of that money? When will it become available? Find out when it's going to be available from me, Alex. You're doing great, man.
Okay. So Claude, yeah, when will this money, when can you actually liquidate this and have it in your checking?
You know, I can call up my uncle, and I think I can have it in about 2 weeks.
I don't know. I don't think 2 weeks is soon enough, man.
Well, I really want this deal.
Yeah, sure. I think it's perfect for you. You know, it aligns with everything you want, but I mean, we'd need this money within a week and probably something today.
Could I put something down today? Is there any financing available to maybe I can get it in 10 days at best. But is there some way I could put some money down today and then get you the rest within 10 days? What's my off the role play? Take a breath. What just happened to my motivation factor here?
Just went higher.
Why? Why did it go higher?
Scarcity. I didn't think that it was going to work if there was that much time. Yeah.
Okay. Let's assume you want to do this deal. You're not getting a lot of phone calls on it. And you just changed the whole thing around. You qualified how I do have the money, the time frame of the money, and you have some flexibility in the negotiation, but you're still using scarcity, a little bit of social proof, and maybe now's the time to struggle, maybe use a little reciprocity. One of my favorite expressions that you can use, Alex, by the way, is breathe deeply when you do it. Claude, I think we have a problem here. And take a moment, take that dramatic pause, like what I was talking about before. Go ahead. You're doing great, man. Go close me. You got me.
Okay. Well, Claude, I'm thinking about this.
Anything we could do to finance this? I could give you something down today and the rest of the money in 10. I just texted my uncle. I can do it in 10. I can have it by August 14th.
Okay. 10 days.
You'd be doing me a real big favor, man. I want to do this deal. I love this house.
Well, Claude, you seem like a solid guy. I don't know. You know what I can do? I can make an exception for you, and I could get this going for you today, but I'm going to need something from you in return.
Yeah. What do you need? I know you need $25,000. I can get, how much would you need today to hold this deal till I get the rest of the money by the 14th?
So yeah, the money is important. I'm also, I'm going to drop what I'm doing to get this together for you. And if I do that, I would need $10,000 from you today.
I don't have 10. The most I could do is maybe 5. I could do 5.
Okay.
I can get the other 20 in 10 days, though. My uncle just texted me back. He's working on it right now.
Okay. Tell you what, I got a meeting here in the next 45 minutes. I'm going to cancel that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this together for you. If you can get this $5,000 to me in the next 30 minutes, is that possible?
Oh, you don't want it now?
Oh, I could do it. Yeah, absolutely. I could do it right now. I
Oh,
can.
no, 30 minutes. I'll send it. I thought you wanted a credit card or something. Now I'll send it to you in 30 minutes, or I'll find a different way. Off the role play. What just happened?
Created an objection for myself
When should you get paid?
right now.
Right. Absolutely. But what can happen in 30 minutes? What can happen in 30 minutes, Justin?
Too many distractions.
Everything.
Everything and nothing.
Anybody in the room ever lose a deal because they went on that do we go on that honeymoon period sometimes when, oh, we got a deal, we get real excited, we go on that honeymoon period and I say, oh, don't worry about it, 30, 60 minutes, call me and everything. And then they meet somebody else who gives them some negativity or a different deal, or they forget us or something like that. What happens when we get that commitment right now, Ben?
We pretty much lock it in. We certainly are going to get paid for our time.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. That was your only little slip. You did great, man. That was one good role play there. So he qualified me for the money. He got the money locked in. He got 5,000 down. One more little thing I would have done. Would you send paperwork that makes that 5,000 non-refundable?
Mm. Yeah.
Is anyone here as greedy as me? Are you that greedy? Justin, are you that greedy?
I don't know how greedy are you.
What are you giving up? What are you giving up for that 5,000? Or what's their perception that you're giving up for that non-refundable 5,000?
You're taking the house off the market, and it's now obligated to them in some fashion. So sure, it ought to be non-refundable.
Yeah, absolutely. And he took that little pregnant point. Oh, we got a problem. You sound like a good guy. I love that. That's it. Give him the Academy Award. That is the psychology and the acting put together in true persuasion, so that in one phone call, I mean this, I don't know if you think everybody believes me, Justin, when I say that in one phone call, you can get commitment, you can get paid, you can get a contract. One call.
Not everybody believes you, Claude, but it is true.
I don't know. It happens all the time, or at least a micro commitment.
Sure.
I think Felipe gave me that term, micro commitments, little baby step commitments. Mm-hmm. At times like that. So good. Let me go back to that mind map there, that old mind map of mine. Can you guys see it again? Yeah. Yes.
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 Thank you. Do your qualification we did the money, needs and greeds. Another word for needs and greeds, I call it motivation today. We put them on the 1 through 10 scale. Time frame. When do you want to do this deal? When can you make the commitment? When can you pay me? Is it today? Is it now? Is it tomorrow? Is it next week? When can you get me back that? Could you do me a favor? This is reciprocity. Could you get me back that contract by 12 o'clock today so I could facilitate this deal? Buying, selling, investing, consulting, it doesn't matter. Get all those things. And then there's other miscellaneous information that you need. But we need the needs and greeds. We need the commitment. We need the time, the money. We also have something that's missing here, authority. That's a big one. That's a big one. Mr. Let's see, who's my next volunteer? Do we have any other volunteers here? I like volunteers. Lou, how about Lou? Love the polo shirt. Love the polo white shirt there. Nice. I like guys who knows how to dress. Lou, if we what was I talking about? Commitment or authority? Lou, how do you make decisions for your family for this kind of deal? Are you the sole decision maker, or do you have to go to a board of directors? Do you have to call a stockholder meeting? Do you have to, how do we? Are you the guy who can make this decision unilaterally, or do you have to go?
No, I can't. I have to talk to my wife and make sure that she's on board with this.
I like a man who respects his woman. How you guys are newlyweds? You just got married, right?
No,
How long you been married?
28 years.
28 years. I've been married a long time too. Usually when you sleep next to a woman for 28 years, you pretty much know what she's going to say ahead of time. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I do.
Is it over, Lou? Is your wife's going to kill you when you go to her and say, honey, I just bought this 15 unit apartment building from Claude Diamond. And the first phone call, your wife's going to kill you, isn't she?
Yeah, she will. I have to run it faster.
Well, but I mean, take a guess here. 28 years of marriage. What do you think your lovely girlfriend bride is going to say?
Oh, she'd probably just tell me, what it's up to you.
And let's pretend she says that. What do you say? What would you say next?
I'd say, yeah, okay, let's do it.
What?
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. So you think we got a shot at doing this today when we speak again at 2:30 this afternoon, live on Zoom or FaceTime or Skype? You believe?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do.
Think?
Yeah, I know we do.
You're a good man. I like a guy who can stand on his own two legs and make a commitment. Thank you for being that kind of person. I like the way you do business, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Boom. That's getting that commitment and finding out the decision-making process. And what you just heard right now, that's pretty close to what I say to people. That's pretty close. What happens when you're on a honeymoon? Oh, everything's groovy, but I got to speak to my spouse, my uncle in Milwaukee who I haven't spoke to in 10 years, my banker, my pet rock, my chihuahua, just because Alex is here. Alex, do you talk to your chihuahuas?
All the time. All the time. They've bought a lot of stuff from me.
Yes. And if you were born and if you enjoyed the 60s like I did, they talk back sometimes, don't they?
That's right. Well, we are in Colorado, so maybe.
So how important is it to put those final little, and Lou, you did great, man. Thank you. Thank your wife if she's laughing in the background somewhere. How important is it to sound like that? To find out the decision-making process. What do we do again? Once again, we're on that honeymoon period. Everything's groovy. We're talking, we're doing the deal. And then they say, I'll think about it. I got to talk to somebody else. I've got to check the money. What is that? What does that mean to the amateur salesperson on a honeymoon?
That's a big time stall tactic. And this is just going to grind to a halt.
But what is the amateur here, Justin? What's going through their head?
Here.
I did it. Yeah.
Oh, baby, I got it. This is it.
Exactly.
So we've got to, we get sucked into this default system of the prospect all the time. Do we get emotional in sales? I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve here. What happens when we get emotional in sales?
Yeah. Well, we tend to lose the deal. We're supposed to be in control of our emotions, and fear is an emotion, I think, too. Anxiety is expressed through your emotions. Okay. But we're supposed to manipulate. I want to use that word, although we don't like that probably.
I don't think that's a great question that came to my mind, Justin. Can manipulation be positive? If you were my doctor and I smoked 10 packs of Camels a day, would you have the right to if you're trying to manipulate me to stop smoking so I have good health? Is that all right?
Well, I think in this case too, you're asking the right questions. You're finding out, like you said, the why, the money, the commitment, the timing. And so you're finding out pain points, and your duty is then to flare up the pain point there a little bit, exacerbate it, touch it, put your finger on it and see if it hurts, doctor. Does it hurt when I touch you here?
Should I turn my head and cough, Justin?
Yeah. Okay,
I did that to Dr. Vibe, my Canadian friend, on Monday. The thing about it is, I think manipulation, it's not a lot of people don't like that word, but I think manipulation can be in the best interest of the prospect if you do business honestly and ethically, which everybody in this room does, right? I see heads shaking.
Yes.
Ed Klasky is thinking about it. Yeah, Ed's not sure yet.
Ed's a good guy.
Multitasking, I apologize.
It's okay. Multitasking is tough.
Yes, it is.
It's tough. I have enough trouble concentrating on one box here, and we have 16 right now. And sometimes Justin, when you have 40, 50, 60 boxes, and the most of them are on video, it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
There's a lot to take care of on Zoom sometimes. That's for sure.
Let's move along here. I got screens to share. Whoops, wrong screen. I got my share there. So this is my map, the close, and we want to get step-by-step commitments, and we want to satisfy those commitments. Imagine for a moment we could satisfy your needs and what you're looking for, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect. You told me A, B, C, D, E, and F. Those five emotional triggers. If we could imagine for a moment we could satisfy them, how would you feel about that? We get to confirm, we adjust, change, renegotiate, and then we close. We learn how to ask questions. What's the best kind of question to ask people?
Open-ended questions.
Okay, there's many different ways to ask questions. Why are open-ended questions the best kind of? What happens to the person you ask those closed-ended questions to, who's not very communicative? What's going to happen?
They reply with a yes or no, and that's it.
Yeah.
What I think is worse though is they reply with a yes or no, and then they follow it up with a question of their own, shifting the momentum of the conversation back in their direction.
Yeah. They regain control. Does the prospect, once again, this is the battle of the systems. I'm teaching you guys my gut sales method here. This is what this screen is all about. But does the prospect have a default, automatic, wonderful, works all the time system?
Most of the time, yes.
Ben, you're saying no. Don't we, when we go to buy something, what do we say what do we want? Information, freebies, not be trapped into making a commitment so we can shop around a lot.
Default.
Is that a good default system, Ben?
Pretty good.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What happens to most salespeople when they're controlled by the prospect? They ask these questions. Well, I'm very interested. I'm shopping around right now. I'm talking to a lot of different people. I'm looking at several different properties. Does the salesperson get emotional and excited and then default to the prospect system?
Yeah.
Usually I find the default mode is what I call explainer mode or pitch mode, or, hey, let me tell you how great what I have is. And that's going to crash and burn too.
Oh, yeah. So there's different types of questions, multiple choice questions. Sometimes I'll make a multiple choice offer. We're in real estate here. Does anyone know what a multiple choice question is? Who remembers grade school? Didn't you love the multiple choice exams rather than the fill in the blank ones? We go to I find the multiple choice question is the most best use of it is when we're talking about money or mortgages. For instance, Justin, I'm going to ask you a question. Tell me it's none of my business, and then go with the role play. Justin, how much? What would you say your mortgage is right now? How much is left on that mortgage on that $500,000 home?
I don't know why that's important or why really that's any of your business.
Well, that's a good point. I understand how you feel. It is a personal question. Forgive me. Would you round numbers though, roughly? It helps me to formulate my offer and whether I want to take over your mortgage or not. Would you say it's a small, medium, or large offer?
Okay.
I'm mortgage.
Yeah. Well, medium.
Medium. And medium, when you say medium, 100, 150, 200,000, 250, you pick.
Yeah, around there, 125. I'm not sure what this is about. I don't know what you mean by taking over my mortgage, and I'm trying to sell this house. And
a good question.
What does this have to do with anything?
You'll find out in a moment, because I'm going to make you an offer on this property on a 1 through 10. 10 meaning urgent. Where would you put yourself in trying to sell this house right now? A 1, a 5, a 10?
Well, probably a 6.
6. Okay, that's very useful to me. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Chamness, as usual, comes through. He started off, I asked him a kind of a direct question, and he raised the drawbridge right away, right? Did everyone see it?
Yeah.
Was that reality? I mean, that's what happens in the real world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What happened when I softened it?
Yeah.
And I said, was it small, medium, or large? Was that what changed the whole atmosphere in his mind? Why did he start answering my questions all of a sudden?
I'm more comfortable talking in generalities.
And we put that in a little funnel, didn't we? Small,
Yeah.
medium, large, and you went down the funnel a little. And then I said, what, 100, 150, 200? Went a little further down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then I even took your temperature a little bit.
Yeah.
We call it the guts barometer. I said, on a 1 through 10, how do you feel? You know, are you a 1, a 5, a 10? So further down, how important is this information to a gut salesperson?
Yeah.
We can't read minds, but we need information, honest dialogue, don't we?
Yeah. In that case, I normally, when somebody is that defensive about questions, a lot of times that starts to affect how I judge them on the scale of 1 to 10 motivation, and I want to put them down lower on the scale. So actually, by asking that question, you asked me to define myself, which actually gives me a little more clarity on the prospect. Like, hey, this guy maybe isn't really being a jackass. Maybe he just really doesn't know what we're talking about just yet. I need to kind of maybe walk him, step through, baby him a little bit, be a little more patient. He might turn from a 6 to a 9 or a 10, maybe.
Yeah. We're creating, everybody, a lot of sales trainers, they all talk about rapport and bonding. And most people think, well, let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about where to get the best Sonic burger today. See, Troy, I'm always giving you plugs. Let's talk about the baseball game or something like that, or something we have in common. But does that really create bonding and rapport, talking about generalities to people? Do you think they know what you're doing? Isn't it obvious? New York City, we call it schmoozing them, greasing the wheels and stuff like that. What's a better way to get, and Robert Cialdini, Psychology of Persuasion, talks about this. Likability and trust are probably the strongest persuasion techniques. How do we get there? How do we get them to like and trust us? Maybe answering honestly to them, or my technique and the gut sales technique is stroking and nurturing. Let's see if is that on here. It should be on here. Some guts moves. Okay. Different things we can do to them. We can make them feel, we want to make them feel good. We want to answer their questions. I know how you feel, Mr. Prospect. You're right. That was an intrusive question. Why do you think I'm asking it? And then I go back to another open-ended question.
Right. Why do you think I'm asking that?
Yeah. Why did you think? You're right, sir. You know what, Mr. Chamness, if I was in your position, you're getting all these phone calls and a lot of people calling you up, probably wasting your time, interrupting dinner and everything. And if I got as many phone calls and personal questions, I'd feel the exact same way. So no offense is taken. The reason I'm asking these questions, sir, is I want to do business with you right now, today. I want to make you an offer today, sir. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. So boom. So what did you do? You basically stroked him, said you understand how he feels. Okay. When's the last time somebody other than us in role play said that to you, right?
Right.
When's the last time somebody said to you, you know what, if you don't want to hear my offer or whatever, or you don't like my offer, just tell me to get lost, fire me. We're still friends. Don't worry about it. Why do I do that move? Why is that such a good move?
Because you give them the option to give them the little control so they can feel that they're in control.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's true. And Rosalind, thank you. That's true. You're trying to get to that credibility, that likability, trust. You want them to say, "Whoa, maybe I have a straight guy here now. I have a guy who really wants to do this deal." Okay, not all these other BSers who have been calling me up all day long. So this is my basic. This is from my How to Sell with Guts book. If you guys haven't read it, just give my office a call or something like that, or buy it. If you even want to, God forbid, buy it. It's on my webpage too, on there, claudedonovan.com. And it's a book on how to sell with guts. Let me get rid of that for a minute. And here's something new I'm working on. This will be out sometime. This is my sales secret. This is something brand new that I'm working on. This will be out.
We're not seeing it, Claude. If you're showing us, we're not seeing it yet, sir.
All right, thank you.
There you go. Thank you.
There we go. This is the new package thing I'm working on. My sales secret, the art and science of dynamic conversation. How to keep that person on the phone, how to get them to share information, how to get everybody to relax and feel confident. This is my one of my little things that I'm working on. Here is my mind map from role playing that some role play subjects that we can do today too. Hey Justin, can we show a video? I got a video here. I love videos.
Yeah. You know how to do it. Go for it.
David Skolnick sent me a video today. And I thought I was going to use it. It was real good. Thank you, David.
This is your house.
Oh, all right. Let me see how to get there. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to do that.
You got to always remember to hit the share sound at the bottom left before you hit share. Otherwise, we won't hear the video.
Okay, thank you. Good tips from the pros here.
Yes, sir. All right. There
we go. This is from Mad Men. This is two sales presentation. I love Mad Men. It's about a Madison Avenue advertising company. It was a very popular show, and the sound is on. And let's hear. This is a presentation. They want the advertising campaign. They want to get the contract with Heinz Ketchup people. Here are two presentations.
Amazingly incomplete. What's missing? That's the Heinz.
You mean the Heinz ketchup?
It's Heinz. It only means one thing.
It feels like half an ad.
The greatest thing
Objection.
you have working for you is not the photo you take or the picture you paint. It's the imagination of the consumer. They have no budget. They have no time limit. And if you can get into that space, your ad can run all day.
Well, Pete, you said I'd say it. It's pretty bold work. I think I still want to see our bottle.
I thought that at first too, but if you
We will test it both ways.
it's a testament to ketchup that there can be no confusion.
Let me chew on it, fellas. We'll be thinking of ketchup all day. And you
Did he make the sale? Did he make the sale? Did he close the guy?
Looks like it.
They're thinking about it.
I heard a lot of "I'll think about it."
Let me chew on this.
Wishy-washy.
It was a wishy-washy thing, right? Was it an emotional sales? Was it emotional? What are we talking? What's the $1 million rule? Somebody, David Skolnick, thank you. We're using your video. Thank you, Dave. Dave, what's the emotion? What's the $1 million rule? The most important thing I teach. People make
emotional decisions right away, and then they justify them later.
Okay. Did he get them emotional enough? He had a good idea, and he was kind of stroking their ego a little bit. Your product is so good, we don't even need to show it. So he was working towards that. Different emotions in selling. Now, here's another presentation. It's the same video, and watch what this lady does.
can see it.
Peggy?
So, what's the difference between ketchup and catsup? Well, ketchup has more tomatoes, comes in a bigger bottle, is cheaper, but tastes just like ketchup. Now we know that's not true, but that's what your competitors are saying over and over. And they're selling their watered down, flavorless sauce by pretending that they're you. Makes you angry, doesn't it? Me too. But I always say, if you don't like what they're saying, change the conversation. Heinz, the only ketchup. Imagine this 40 feet tall.
Do you hear that word she
Times
used?
Square. Ketchup.
Imagine this.
Yep.
End of conversation.
Let's go through his head.
Back,
A 40-foot.
back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing. She did a better job than me because she remembered the $1 million rule. He sold one way. She sold, what was the word she used again?
Imagine this.
That is $1 million word, ladies and gentlemen. That is the word you use. Why is that word so powerful when we're talking to prospects, buying, selling? What does that word evoke? What are we doing with that word? What's it all about?
You're making them think of, you're making them think, and you're making them picture the picture of what they're talking about. So it becomes to reality.
Yeah.
But the first emotion she got was, doesn't that make you mad?
Right. Can pissing off, this is a loaded question. Justin, you're going to love this one. Can making, true or false answer, somebody who hasn't spoken yet, answer this question. Can pissing off, making the prospect mad, can that be a good thing working towards a close? Is it okay to piss off the prospect?
As long as you're not pissing them off with what you have to offer.
Is it okay to piss off the prospect? Is that an emotion? Sir,
Yeah.
don't you get mad sometimes, sir? You're living in your mother-in-law's attic here, and you need to be in your own home. Aren't you tired of living with your wife, your kids, the 5 chihuahuas, selling used chewing gum, living in that cold storage attic all the time? Don't you think you deserve better? Or maybe not. What are your thoughts on that, Alan? Do you deserve, maybe you don't deserve better?
Certainly, I can't wait to get out of this. I can't wait to switch out of the used chewing gum industry.
Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with that industry, but what about living in your mother-in-law's attic? I mean, maybe the rent's reasonable and everything. Do you think, I mean, is that what your life is all about? Do you ever hit your head standing up too fast, hitting a rafter and stuff like that? Can't you see? What if you could see? Do you think you deserve to be in your own home with a yard for the kids and a barbecue and a nice fireplace to snuggle up with your lovely wife during cold evenings? Do you think you deserve that?
You know what, Claude, you're right. I mean, I've been here for 62 years, and honestly, it hasn't been repainted for 100 years. So yeah, I think it's about time.
I've made a decision, sir. I want to put you into a good home that I have available right now on Left Elbow Street. You mind if we talk about money, and if we can make this happen, great. If not, I'll leave you alone and you can go back to your attic.
I'm open to it. Let's hear it.
Boom. Can making the prospect mad, I think, David, I think the way we should say it is, can we make the prospect mad about their situation, not mad at us? Is that the right way to phrase it? Somebody help me here.
Yeah, you turn on the fire in the kitchen, letting him realize that it's hot.
Do we sometimes, when we get a prospect who has no emotional quotient, we can't get them off a 4 or 5 on a 1 through 10 scale. Do we have to do what is called a guts move? We have to say something that gets them emotionally involved.
Good.
Everybody write this down. If you've got a pen, write this 3 words down. It's one of the best things you'll take away from me today. Sales is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Sales, Lou, you love that. I know you love that line. Sales is dangerous. We might say something that'll either help us make the sale or get hung up on the phone, right? But if we just go along to get along and we default to their system, what's going to happen?
Nothing.
What's going to happen? Nothing. Why are we in business?
Yeah, we're gonna waste time. That's what's gonna happen.
We're not going to waste time. Anybody here ever waste time in sales like I did? How many people here have wasted
I did.
days?
Yes.
How many years? Life is too short to drink cheap wine and drive a Yugo. We used to, I don't know if this before you, does anyone remember what a Yugo was? YUGO? Was the world's worst car. Did anyone here ever own one before I get in trouble?
That one and that one and the International Pacer.
Oh, the Pacer from AMC.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was modeled after the Gremlin or something like that.
The fish tank on wheels.
Going back to that video real quick, Claude. He was trying to pitch like I'm Madonna or Cher, the one word that connects to ketchup. Nobody has to worry about the name ketchup or the word ketchup. When you hear Heinz, you hear ketchup in your head. But she was like the only ketchup. It's like there is no competition.
Yeah.
So
I thought the second presentation was much more emotional. And I had a feeling these guys were sold. I got the feeling they were sold in the second presentation, whereas the first one, they were being polite. When a prospect is being polite to you, what are they really saying?
Get out the line.
Don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Hey, Ace, you're a great guy, man. I love the baseball cap and everything. Oh, you're a super, God bless you, man, you know, and everything. And I'm going to give this, I'm going to think about what you said. Send me that free information. Send me those contracts to review so I don't have to pay my attorney. I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm going to light a candle in church, and I'm going to get back to you you're fantastic, man. God bless you. I'm going to get back to you in the near distant future. Okay. We'll talk in a few weeks. I'm sure of it. Hey, thanks a lot, buddy.
I'll wait on the phone for the call.
Yeah, you'll get old. You'll be collecting Social Security. What did the amateur Ace? What did the amateur sales guy hear? The amateur. What did he just hear from me?
Happy words.
Happy words. Oh, when he goes back to his car in the parking lot or gets off his phone and runs to tell his wife how great he is. You know, what did he really have?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nada.
Okay.
Does the prospect do this to us all the time?
Yes.
Why?
We let them.
It works. It works great.
Yeah.
Oh, super. You've been wonderful. Are they stroking and nurturing us so they don't have to make a commitment and then they can get out and there's no hard feelings so they can escape nicely?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why are we in business? Once again, it's like it's in like an echo here chamber here. Why are we I'd rather get fired. I'd rather get a quick no.
Yeah.
Than get manipulated. There's that word again, Justin, by the prospect.
Right.
Yep.
Do we get to decide when it's over? True or false? True.
Yeah.
Here's a rule. Another rule in my rule book here. It's on my page, claudediamond.com. Another rule. It's over when we say it's over. Even when it's over. Justin, now that it's over, listen, this isn't financially feasible for you. You don't want to buy my house until 2024 and everything. I guess it's over right now, right, buddy?
Okay. Yeah.
Now that it's over, can I take off my salesman hat here for a second?
Sure. Well, yeah.
I mean, how long? You told me your family's growing, you have no room, the kids are going to the worst school in the system, your wife is scared at night from the neighborhood and everything like that. Yeah. There's no appreciation. Do you really want to put up with this for a few more years?
No, not really.
I mean, let me ask you this before I go. Mark my important words, by the way. Before I go, this is a money issue, isn't it? Isn't that what's stopping us from making a commitment doing business today? Now that it's all over, don't worry. This is a money problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, really, that's what it is. Yeah.
If I could fix the money issue, maybe do something here. I'm not making a commitment. I'm just speaking out loud here. I'm almost regretting saying what I'm saying. But if we could fix the money issue to make it more comfortable for your budget, we wouldn't be able to do business today, would we?
Yeah.
What?
We could. Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, we could.
My battery fell out again. Well, what?
We could.
Okay, boom. It's over when we say it's over. So you can end it. You can use a little scare, say, hey, listen, I have to go and everything. But before I go, and then you go right back into selling again. Because 99% of the time, what's the real issue you don't do business with somebody?
Money.
It's money, baby.
Is that a max line? My hearing aid fell out.
I actually had an uncle with a hearing aid. And you remember?
Well, I don't know how old Max actually was, so I'm just wondering.
You guys, the old hearing aids were like head warmers. You know, they look like Princess Leia. They were so good, you know. Absolutely. Role play. Role plays? Anybody have a role play that they'd like to throw into the group here?
Yeah, somebody put something here in the chat. Let me see here. Dave Skolnick, can you discuss how to redirect and maintain control of the conversation when you get the objection? I'm not interested.
Go ahead, Dave. Let's go for it. Go ahead. I'm not interested.
Well, it's usually when I'm making the call. Are you going to be the salesperson, or are you going to be?
I'll be whatever you want.
I don't even know how to handle that. You be the salesperson.
I can be taller. I can be shorter. You tell me. I can do whatever I want.
Cold call me.
This is theater of the mind. We can do whatever we want here. This is pretend. You know, this is why we call it Role Play Wednesday. This is all pretend.
Cold call me.
Yeah, just tell me you're not interested. Skip the whole thing. Go right into it.
You know, I'm really not interested.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what? I wish more people were just got cut right to the chase. Good for you, sir. But what are you going to do before I go? I love those 3 words. Before I go, because I'm very busy today. You contacted me. We're talking for a reason.
No, you contacted me.
Are you sure? Where did I get? How did we get to this conversation?
I don't know. Some list you said you're calling off of.
I never call off lists. Did I get your phone number off the Chuck E. Cheese bathroom wall?
At least it's not the F Street bookstore.
Oh, okay. So you have listen, if you can't make a sale, get practice or have some fun. You can have fun in these sales calls sometimes. See how long you can keep them on the phone.
How can you turn them around so that at least you can get in the reason you're calling, so they can even hear what you called for, and then they can say they're not interested?
Pain. Needs or greeds. Find a need. You have to find a need, create a need, or exacerbate a need. Make it worse.
So I've got 10 seconds there. How do I go from I'm not interested into getting to that?
Oh, I understand, sir. Why are we talking today, though? This isn't about real estate, is it?
No, I'm not in real estate.
You're not in real estate? Wow. You weren't buying a home. You weren't buying a home and you put it on Zillow or something like that?
No, I'm in sales.
Oh, you didn't have okay. What do you sell?
I'm in insurance.
Oh, insurance. You know, that's interesting. I wonder how I got to. You don't own a home though, right?
Not yet.
Oh, you're looking to buy one?
I don't know. California's pretty pricey right now.
It's
I don't
crazy.
think so.
So you want to, sir, you're what, 28, 29 years old? You're renting or living with mommy and daddy still, right?
No, I'm with my wife.
You're living with her parents. That's even better, right?
Okay.
What am I doing?
You're digging.
I'm digging. I'm asking questions. What happens to what does the amateur salesperson do? This is important. What does the amateur salesperson do when they find a stone wall like this? What does the amateur do all the time? Who gives up first?
They do. The salesperson.
They give up first. Why? Because it's uncomfortable as hell, right?
But I'm calling them because I know they're in sales. I'm calling salespeople.
Okay. And what are you selling?
So that's why I'm trying to get them on the phone.
Okay, so you're calling salespeople. What is the 2 or 3 things that'll create an interest in them?
Money.
Is
Money.
making money. Sir, you're in sales. Mr. Skolnick, you're in sales?
Yeah.
You say, how's that going for you? You living the dream? You're making all the money you want? Do you have the house by the beach?
No, I'm making a living though.
Is that good? Are you happy there? Is that a good place to be? Not everybody can be Bill Gates.
There's always room for more.
When you say more, where are you now? And where would you like to be in the next 30 days? Let's imagine for a moment here. Where are you right now in terms of total gross income here? I'm not trying to price, sir, but are you making 5,000, 75, 10,000 a month selling used bubble gum?
About 7,000.
7,000. Are you happy there, or where would you like to be? What's the dream? Share that with me before I go.
Higher 6 figures would be nice.
What is, I don't know what that means. 100,000 or 900,000?
Well, 900 is always better, but that doesn't seem achievable right at the moment.
Probably never. Why do some people make it? Do you know of people who make that kind of money?
Yeah, there's people in insurance that are making that kind of money. Yeah.
How come they're making it and you're not?
Longevity.
I know a lot of young people your age and younger, and they're making exactly the money they want. What are they doing different that you're not? You don't think that wouldn't be worth? Imagine for a moment you could learn those secrets of persuasion and influence. Imagine for a moment you could get to the 6 figures in the next 30, 60, 90 days. How would that change your world? How would that make you feel?
How would that happen?
Answer my question first.
Yeah, I would like that.
What?
I would like that.
Mind if we talk about money for a moment?
How much are we talking about?
Here's the thing. What is this? You got to know what you're selling and what are the, if we were selling, thank you, Justin, if we were selling, my favorite, selling cars. You got a guy who's Justin, you got a guy who's a car salesman. I got a prospect who comes in who needs a car.
Yeah.
And you know he's a businessman. He takes clients out. He has a family, a big family, but he's driving an old clunker. What would you reach out to him and talk about the horsepower and the 0 to 60? Or how would you approach him?
What'd you drive in on the lot today, Claude?
An Explode on rear impact Pinto. It's a classic.
Oh man, those are classics. Why not keep that one for another 25, 30 years?
Well, my wife's not crazy about me taking the 6 kids and 10 chihuahuas in that little Pinto.
Your wife's not crazy about it? Why?
Well, I don't know why. She just, she thinks safety and it's not a good car for the environment. And she worries she's not so worried about the kids, but the chihuahuas, they're her. She really worries about them.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, hauling chihuahuas around in that Pinto, that's a fashion statement, don't you think?
I don't know. Have you ever smelled 10 chihuahuas, 10 wet chihuahuas in a Pinto?
It's worth
it. What's the way? We can have fun here. What's the emotional way you can sell me that switch me from a garbage car to a 60, 70, $80,000 car?
Yeah. Imagine you had plenty of room for the kids and the chihuahuas, and it made you feel good driving it around. What does that look like in your mind, Claude?
When you say feel good, you don't mean that safe, all those safety gadgets they talk.
Oh yeah, safety and looks. Is that something that's important to you, or maybe not, Claude?
Oh, I sell wholesale used dental floss. You think I'd sell more product if? Isn't that the grossest thing you could ever think of? You think I'd increase my sales by being in a nice car like that?
I don't know. What do you think?
Some people have complained about my wheels.
Imagine if I were able to show you the vehicle that would stop all of that from happening. Nobody's going to talk like that anymore. Your family's going to be safe when they're driving up the highway. And not only that, it's going to have plenty of room for you, and it's not going to smell like Chihuahuas. It's going to smell brand new. If I were able to show you something that fits your budget, what would happen today, Claude?
You could fit my budget. My budget's, it's really tight right now.
Well, if I were able to fit your tight budget, what would happen?
I'd probably say yes.
Probably.
If you can fit my budget, I'm ready. I'm ready to make a move.
Okay, let's talk about money then, Claude.
See, who's in control? You are. Who's asking the questions? You are. That's the way it's got to flow. Justin, I know we're out of time. Do we have time for one more video?
Oh, yes.
One of my favorites from the boiler room. I love this scene. And it's just it's just a great way to share different sales techniques. You guys, it's with Vin Diesel. I love this scene. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yep.
So my associate tells me you're interested in one of our stocks.
I will call her back. Yes, MSC sounds like it might be interesting.
Might be doesn't sell stock at the rate MSC is going for, Dr. Jacobs. We're talking very high volume here.
Well, I still have to run it by my people.
That's great, Doc, if you want to miss yet another opportunity here and watch your colleagues get rich doing clinical trials, and don't buy a share and hang up the phone.
Well, hold on a second now. I didn't say that. I just want to talk about it some more.
Honestly, Doc, I don't have the time. This stock is blowing up right now. The whole firm's going nuts. Hold on, let me open up the door to my office. See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have 1 million calls to make to 1 million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do this.
Now, since you're a new account, I cannot go any higher than 2,000 shares. I'm sorry.
2,000? Are you nuts? That is way beyond what I was thinking. 2,000? Jesus. Listen, I'm curious. Why can't you sell me any more than that?
Well, we like to establish a relationship with our clients on something small before we get to the more serious trades. Let me show you several percentage points on this small trade, and then we'll talk about doing future business.
That sounds good. Give me the 2,000 shares.
Done.
So many, that is manipulative sale. And finally, that's manipulative salespeople, okay? And there's some unethical movements in there, okay? But what are some of the things that we've talked about today that you heard in there?
Scarcity.
When did he use scarcity? Did you hear those parts?
When he when he took it away from him, and he said, well, I can only give you 2,000 shares, and no, I don't have time for this. Yeah.
What happens when the salesperson says, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I don't have much time, I can only sell you this much. Does that change the whole dynamic of the conversation to the prospect? Sometimes it's not foolproof, but sometimes does that give you the little edge, the little bit more control that we're all looking for in sales?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Whew. So powerful. Was there anything else in there that anyone else heard?
Social proof.
Social proof. What explain, please?
When he was talking about the other doctors, and he has other people to call, and other people have done it, and there's plenty of other people that want to do this.
Yeah. Social proof is it. How are we influenced by social proof? When we see a celebrity on TV driving a certain car, buying certain sneakers and things like that?
All the time.
Yeah. Somebody's got background noise. Sorry, Corey, I had to mute you there. Too much background. All the time. There's so many little takeaways in movies like that. Glenn Glary, Glenn Ross. Has everyone seen the famous Alex Baldwin scene? I love that. Always ABC, always be closing. Put that coffee. More quotes in that movie. It's like the Godfather of sales quotes. Coffee is for closers. Put down that coffee.
That's the best sales movie ever.
Oh, I love that. Second place, first place is a Cadillac. Second place is steak knives. Third place, you're fired.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
What
Dave.
movie was that?
Hey, I just got a 30-second thing to tell you. I broke a tooth and I went to the dentist yesterday, and she's filling it and fixing it, and then she's using the floss to space everything. So I said to her, "What do you guys do with your used dental floss?"
Oh,
She's like, "What?" I said, "I have a friend that has a used dental floss company. He'd probably be interested in buying all your used dental floss."
What was her reaction? Was it serious or
He
laughing?
looked at me like that's the most disgusting thing. I said, "He makes a fortune. Nobody's in the industry but him." I just had you were like going through my mind the whole time, she's fixing my tooth.
Somebody asked about the Alex Baldwin movie. It's one of the best, from David Mamet, I think, or Mamet. Glenn Glary, Glenn Ross. Go to YouTube and you can see portions of it for free. What's some other good sales movies that we love? Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street. There's the boiler room scene in there where he makes the sale. He sells that penny stock to this one guy, and then the guy behind him goes, "How did you do that?" That my mentor was like, I was like that with my mentor. I saw him when I first met him make more money in one phone call than I made in a whole year at a corporate job. And
that scene was great on tone, using the tone inflections of changing his tone and talking softly, and then he would get excited, and there was good stuff in that scene.
Do you think changing the tonality of the words, the volume of the words, sometimes loud gets attention, sometimes speaking softly can get attention too, especially with a large audience and you're saying something interesting, saying the way you describe some storytelling. How do we control? It's not just the words, it's how we use the words, which is something I think we should talk about maybe in another session of Role Play Wednesday, right, Justin?
Sounds good to me, Uncle Claude.
Sounds good to me too. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Give yourselves a round of applause. I appreciate the participation.
Thank you, everybody.
We got
Thank you, Claude.
Diamond. You can go to my webpage. You can go to Justin's. Sales is the $1 million skill. Study it, practice it, build up your confidence. You will build up your confidence and feel so wonderful talking to strangers, getting on the phone, getting on Zoom, that the math is now in your favor for making money today. You've got to do more than just text people all day long, or sending emails or sending postcards. You've got to get that We've lost that skill. It's gone away because we thought the technology can replace one-on-one. Okay, and I'll tell you what, you can make a lot of money if you know how to speak to people the right way and give good phone. Give yourselves a round again. Thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you so much, Claude. Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Claude.
That was a fast hour, wasn't it?
Good.
It was, actually.
That was good stuff. I love sales. I love talking about sales.
Awesome.
Should I give the dentist your phone number?
I'm backing up a pickup truck right now for her use. You're the first. I'm so scared that some of the things I say to you guys, you take literally, and a guy like you goes to his dentist and actually says something like that.
I just had to.
Hello.
That's so funny. I got to go, guys. Seriously, I've got to
see you later, guys.
That's full of phone calls.
Thank you, everyone.
See you later.
Thank you, guys and gals. We'll see you.
Thanks, Justin.
That was fun. Thank you.